From an integral component in religious observances to an essential condiment in every household, rice wine has shaped the Taiwanese culture in many different aspects. Its significance even sparked panic buying. But the magic of rice extends further. The iconic Japanese drink, sake, has also found a home in Taiwan with a local twist. I'm Paul Peng Wang. With my 20 years of expertise in alcoholic beverages, I'll show you the fascinating world of Taiwanese rice distillates and sake in this episode of Taiwan on the Rocks. Rice wine? Actually, it's not wine, but a distilled spirit made from rice. In other words, it's actually rice distillates or rice spirit. So when you see rice wine on the label, it's more likely referring to rice spirits. Why would Taiwanese people refer to rice spirits as rice wine? After all, one is fermented and the other goes through distillation. There shouldn't be any confusion, right? Allow me to explain. In Mandarin, we refer to alcoholic beverages using the character 酒. It's a general term for alcoholic beverages, regardless of their strength or how they are made and what they are made of. To put it simply, wine, spirits, beer, and even cocktails are all referred to as 酒 in the language. This oversight has been widely accepted nowadays and has become the norm. This time, to be precise, we'll explore both distilled rice spirits and fermented sake together. In Western culture, red wine symbolizes the blood of Jesus Christ, exhibiting both religious connotations and functionality in the Mass. Similarly, rice spirits plays an important role in Taoist ceremonies in Taiwan. If you ever get the chance to visit a Taiwanese temple, you may notice that rice spirits serve as offerings in various rituals. Furthermore, the significance of rice spirits is not only shown in temples, but also very evident in kitchens and at dining tables. In 1922, the colonial Japanese government monopolized tobacco and alcohol in Taiwan. A series of rice-based alcohols were produced by the government, including rice spirits, which gradually became an indispensable daily necessity in Taiwanese life. When Taiwan was preparing to join the WTO in 2000, rice spirit was, with no surprise, classified as a spirit and would be subjected to much higher taxes than before. The classification caused a panic buy, with opportunities and regular civilians sweeping all the bottles they would see on the shelf. The stock depleted overnight. Despite state-owned distilleries doubling or even tripling their production capacity, the price of rice spirits tripled in no time. And when it rained, it poured. Counterfeit rice spirits soon appeared on the market, worsening the situation. This marks the beginning of the chaos of rice spirits. It wasn't until 2009, when the regulations were amended, that the chaos came to an end. The chaos brought instability to the market, yet it also inspired an array of rice distillates. From lower alcohol-containing bottlings to salted rice spirits, a series of rice spirits were created to alleviate the situation. These products are legally recognized as seasoning rather than spirits, which gives them a price disadvantage on the market. Now that you understand the importance of rice wine to the Taiwanese people, let's learn about how it is made. This beautiful coastal TTL distillery in Hualien offers several types of alcoholic products, and I'll focus on this one. That's designed to be a beverage rather than a condiment. I'm here with Mr. Peng Wang, and he will share some insights on how local people enjoy their rice spirits.
我们的花莲酒厂的米酒的制成，不外乎就是利用高温高压，把我们的米加水之后，把它蒸煮成米醪。经过冷却之后，我们会加我们烟酒公司的专利的糖化菌跟酵母菌，把它发酵成我们的米酒。花莲酒厂比较特色的就是我们有加入批次蒸馏，它可以把头跟尾不好的酒质给去掉，等于说掐头去尾，取最精华的酒心的部分，造就我们现在这支特级红标纯米酒。 很少米酒有经过储存的，它是经过半年以上的储存期的，所以它不但可以料理去腥用，它更是家家户户可以直接拿来饮用的。它的酒质是非常的纯净，然后甘醇，然后很入口非常的绵密，好喝。我们现在目前最普遍、最使用最多的是料理米酒，我们现在是27块红标料理米酒。那可能消费者会有一种迷思，可能以为是料理米酒，以为是加盐的，其实它是完全没有加盐的。对，它当初是因为会料理这2个字，是因为要避开那个烟酒管理法，我们是课征料理税，让民众可以更便宜来买得到这个产品这样子。所以一般错误的观念说，以为加了料理是这2个字是有加盐的，其实是错误的观念的。
In addition, people drink rice spirit at weddings, especially on the eastern coast of Taiwan, where rice spirit is the base for a variety of local drinks. The floral aroma in rice spirit is a signature that derives from its ingredient. Whether enjoyed neat, on the rocks, or mixed, rice spirit is always accessible and tasty. The TTL distillery in Yilan County is where the red rice wine is produced, which is made from sticky rice and monascus, a type of red-colored mold. When its fermentation reaches a certain point, the wine will be fortified with distilled spirits, then aged in potteries. I have an appointment with Mr. Wu Jianlin, who will explain how the culture of red rice wine has been preserved and promoted.
1909年的时候呢，有一个就是地方士绅林青云林先生来从福建过来台湾这个宜兰跟这个地方对思乡的向往，所以把这个红木酒呢就播种在这个宜兰酒厂。在有一次的那个县政府办的一个公投，什么酒能代表宜兰县？那经过民众大家的一致的投票，就是红木酒，就是一个县酒，是很特别的一种文化，能变成一个当地认同的一个酒，在宜兰县，这个是非常特有，而且非常有历史的一个渊源，变成宜兰酒厂联系了所有大家的，不管是家里的，或者是在亲朋好友间，甚至在宴客分享的部分，都变成一个很重要的一个媒介。那我们就想出了很多的方式，能让年轻人可以接触到附近的一个小学啦，就是在小学1年级的时候，他把酒放到瓮里面，到了6年级的时候，他开启这个时空胶囊，就是说，有这样的含义，就是经过的6年的淬炼，能跟这个红木酒不谋而合，相当特别的一个文化。
这个跟我很久了，大概1到10年，这么长，开始一直磨。
哇，天哪！
你开起来，待会你闻，你要跟我讲说它的味道是什么样子，你猜对才能喝。
好，有点坚果的感觉，然后有一点青苹果，然后有一些那种绿橄榄的感觉。
你看这颜色真漂亮，有没有？我们能够金鸡，这种就是金鸡。对，因为我们的红曲是红色，它做出来到最后，它会变成红色光谱跟黄色光谱在里面，看起来就
红色会慢慢衰退。
对，它会变成金色这样感觉。
我觉得这个对于外国人来讲，他们可能会觉得这个是金黄色的红葡萄酒，
有一点像，
因为它的结构真的很红葡萄酒，有酸，然后有涩，
对，
然后立体感。
最重要，它还有养分，它有氨基酸、蛋白质都有。
I'm here with a well-respected rice specialist, Dr. Xuan Daping. He will share how the sake rice Yoshino No.1 was successfully developed here in Hualien.
早年的时候，台湾当年从中国大陆过来的时候，都吃鲜稻了，就是比较长一点，但是没有粘性。但是日本人的食性跟我们不一样，日本人吃的是梗稻，就是比较短一点，比较圆一点，但吃起来饭是比较软，也比较黏。所以当年日本人带了很多的米来台湾。那吉野以后很特别，它就是在吉野这边，它种起来就还算是蛮成功的。当时日本有一个叫做献谷田的这种制度，把米献给就是日本天皇，所以各地都有那种天皇米的传说啦。那台湾应该是1928年的时候，我们这边第一次办献谷田。 那个年代1928年就是用芥1号来当那年现谷田的品种，它的现谷田的面积还蛮大的，所以后来有很多多余的米，那他们就当年的日本的这个专卖局，他就来去酿了这个黑酒白酒。做清酒他们就希望说，大了一点，里面新白大一点，那当然还有一些其他的特性，那就要实际去酿酒才知道，说比如说它出酒率要高，出起来那个酒酿起来的风味要好，那个可能就是酿酒专业才知道。但是我们芥1号在外观上跟我们酒米的所知道的是比较相符的。我觉得那个百年移民村百年这个天皇米这么久的历史一直都没有断，一直有延续下来。我觉得它这些故事就是让你在喝酒的时候，除了酒的口感以外，有一些历史情怀了。
对，情怀，你说的真好，就是情怀。
对，历史情怀。对。
If you want to produce orthodox Japanese sake, then Japan is probably the only place on earth where you could achieve that. Ideally, sake should be made from a series of rice varieties, so-called sake rice, fermented with particular yeast strains under specific environmental conditions, and the details go on and on. But if you are aiming for a sake that you've never tasted before, you must think outside the box. That's what some of the Taiwanese sake brewers have proudly done. I'm here at Wufeng Sake Winery in Taichung. It was the birthplace of a special breed of table rice, which was never used in sake brewing. However, Wufeng Sake Winery explored the possibility and made sake with it, and the results were surprising. Join me to find out more about Taiwanese sake with the brewmaster, Mr. Tang Ruiqing. I'm thrilled to taste this sake with a Taiwanese twist to it.
我们的益泉香米是食用米，那食用米它的最大特色就是它的淀粉质的新白比较少。那我们怎么去突破这个问题呢？我们就会在精米跟蒸米的过程之中去突破这个技术。我们为了把好的食用米酿造清酒，我们光在蒸米的过程之中就花了1年多。从技术上、从设备上跟蒸汽的流量上去改进，终于找到适合我们自己的方式，可以把我们的食用米蒸得跟酒米一样外 Q 内软，达到它的标准，而酿造出我们台湾独特的清酒特色。也因为我们台湾的环境又跟日本不一样，大家都知道清酒是要在冬季。那日本的冬季是零下，很冷，甚至于都下着雪。那台湾不是，台湾即使到了冬天也10几度而已。所以说呢，我们为了仿照那个环境，我们是在冷藏库里面去酿酒的。虽然我们的技术传承自日本，但是我们是跳脱日本清酒的风格框框，我们做出台湾自有的一个清酒出来，也不输日本的清酒，这就是我们最感到欣慰的一个点，这样子。
Rice berries are widely used in Taiwanese cuisine, whether it's adding flavors to a dish or simply balancing out unwanted flavors. Rice berries are indispensable. Besides, some rice berries are made to be savored as they are. Join me in sampling some tasty pairings with alcohols made from rice. You are in for a treat. The Old Red rice wine has green apple-like aromatics. Nuttiness and spiciness are well balanced, and the mild acidity is refreshing. When paired with braised pork knuckle and peanuts, the nuttiness of the drink and the food syncs harmoniously. And the acidity from the rice wine brings out the flavors of the pork liver. And here's a bottle of Taiwan sake from Wufeng Sake Winery in Taichung. The label says 极清, which means extremely pure. It has a vibrant and bright taste that evokes melon-like fruitiness and floral fragrance. When paired with crispy fried kampoi and steamed minced pork, Taiwan sake amplifies the umami of the food. This pairing is a true mariage parfait. Among the many choices of rice berries in Taiwan, this one was designed to be served neat. It is made purely from rice with no additional alcohol added. The supple mouthfeel, subtle pear-like fruitiness, and the floral aftertaste make it very enjoyable. What's your favorite Taiwanese dish that's flavored with rice spirits? Share in the comments below. For more stories about alcoholic beverages in Taiwan, hit that subscribe button and follow us on TaiwanPlus.